Hi everyone, welcome to the Man United Agenda. I'm joined by Mr. B's Friday night, his favourite day, and it's becoming my favourite day too because it's the end of the week and we're going to be discussing a couple of transfer, bit of speculation in the papers today. So join us on the Man United Agenda. Yes, Mr. B, bro. How you doing?
Good, man. You know what day it is on one day, man. You know what day it is. 2 days of no work. The weekend's here, my friend. The weekend's here.
What a day, bro, man. It's kind of like today I actually could say, yeah, I felt the heat. I got back in my car, parked my car in the sun spot, and when I got in the car, it was like, wow, it was just extremely hot. I put on the AC was coming out warm. It was that bad. It took me about 15, 20 minutes in the car to sort of cool down a bit.
Down.
Roasted.
I hear you guys. Stumpy, I completely forgot they were playing. Forgot they were playing, to be fair. By
the way, Maguire started and Luke Shaw today for England. I mean, Southgate loves Maguire, doesn't he?
Look, Maguire's always going to play. I mean, look, if he didn't play him, as soon as he doesn't play him, there's going to be, he's not picking him because he's not starting, blah, blah, blah. It's still the end of the season. The season hasn't restarted yet. So I suppose he's still got that effort and that form from last season that he's thinking about. Come next season, I do wonder if he's not starting what the issue will be. But we know what Southgate's like with Maguire already. So look, fair play to him. I mean, sure.
For the talk about England game, they play Malta, away at Malta. I mean, it's hot over here, but it's going to be cool. They've got a nice sea breeze over there. How are you going to get up for a game after a long season? Is it still like, for you, is it still like a big thing to play for England? Because you got play. I think Maddison's starting for today. That's the only player, when I looked at the starting line, I could say, okay, he's got a bit of motivation because he's been in and out of the team for a long time now. But what's your feeling on international football, Nations Cup, and sort of games like against Malta?
Nations Cup or Nations League is just, I don't see the point of it, to be fair. International football is what it is. I get that, England have to be in group stages, but when you're playing teams like Malta and he's never going to rotate, he's not going to give anybody else the chance.
Yeah.
So look, they want to get through. I mean, it makes no difference. He's not going to rest any players if they get through with 3 games left. So look, they'll play it. Hopefully none of those players will get injured. I assume they'll beat them by a 4 or a 5-0. And then whoever they've got in the middle of next week. And then players go on holiday. I just want the United players to get away, to be fair. Get away, put their legs up, and come back nice and refreshed and fresh for the beginning of the season.
We finish in June. I mean, the Championship final is actually in June. That doesn't happen for a long time. And we've had a long season. We had the Queen's death. We've had interruption with the World Cup as well. I think they managed it quite well, to be fair, with the season. I heard, did you hear Marcus Rashford complaining the other day about the fixture congestion?
Yeah, I mean, how much games did he play?
All those disturbances this season.
How much games did he play? He played 50 over 55. I mean, it's a lot of football. It is a lot of football. But as Bruno said, he was playing football, 8, 9, 10 hours a day when he was younger. So playing 2 and 3 times a week is no problem to him. They get paid more than enough money on Monday to cope with it. So they'll be fine.
So do you think, because I heard Ali McCoist, he was saying that, oh my God, I can't, he was cussing Rashford in a way, saying, look, when we were playing, we played the same amount of games and we had smaller squads.
What? Yeah.
These guys shouldn't complain. And do you think the money should be brought into the argument, saying the amount of money they earn, they shouldn't really complain about it either?
No, it's all relevant to the stage that we're at. Those days, they didn't earn the money that they earn, but football's big business now. So, it's just the way of the world. It's just the way of the world. I don't think it's got anything to do with money. Look, at the end of the day on Monday, if you break your leg, it doesn't matter how much money you get paid. Your leg's still broken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they talk about money. You get paid for your job. It's your job. That's what you do. If I could get paid the money they get paid for doing something that I love, I would do it as well. So, fair play to them. They're earning their big bucks for a job that isn't really a job for most of them. So, good luck to them and all of the bucks that they're earning.
Lastly, do England players get paid for playing in international football, or is it just
Yeah,
a
do they
still
donate it? I think they donate. I think they get paid, but they've sorted out that they donate all of
Okay,
their wages to charity, or there's some deal with it. They get paid, but they don't get wages. Yeah,
right.
it's donated.
Okay, just a quick shout out to Stumpy. He's watching England game. I wouldn't watch that. I'd watch something else. Malta, it's not competitive to me. Big up to Bill Badger. He said, "Hi, brothers and sisters. Happy Friday. Bath times in the house." He's saying that's away strip, scream, summers and sambucas. Which one? Oh, your one. Your one. Of course, you're wearing your. That's what 1990, early 90s,
Yeah, 90. Oh God, what number?
93, 4.
Oh God, look, I could tell you,
Uh,
but I'm only gonna get it
I
wrong.
can see Lee Sharp and
Yeah.
Paul Ince in that shirt. It's a bore, says Stumpy. Yeah, it certainly is. Watching Malta versus England. Big up to Matthew Bassett. Hope you're doing well. I love that picture. I want to see it closer up because it looks like you're at Birmingham Stadium, maybe. It looks like Birmingham City Stadium. And I don't know, were you playing a game there that day, Matty? I don't know, but I've always wanted to ask you about that. Ed Mayhem as well from Birmingham. He's saying, evening, lads, international break. To be honest, we could pray for fringe players and still qualify comfortably. Not pray, play them. I can't imagine the amount of crying a young Bruno would have fit in those 10 hours. You playing football back then since bath time. Big up, Shaw. It's just a Birmingham thing today. I'm expecting we've got Shaw, we've got Ed Mayhem, we've got Matthew Bassett. I'm expecting CALLULA to turn up as well now. Shaw, how you doing, man? Big up to Shaw. Everyone knows Shaw from the channel. Hope you're doing well, Shaw. Long time no see. They donate their payments. Mr. B, you're on the money. Guys, hang around because I'll be doing a few quiz questions later. See how sharp you are on this Friday evening. They get two grand per match and it goes to charity. Okay, so I didn't know that. I'm learning something today. Big up to Shah and Mad Diallo and big up all the way. All right, first subject. I know, look, this is a Friday and we're going in. Oh, St. Andrews Stadium, pre-season photo shoot. Thank you. I can just about see the thing in the distance there. All right, first one we're going to go into. We're going to talk about Degea and the contract stalemate. Now, I'm sure you guys will know more than me, and I know hopefully Mr. B knows more than me. But Degea's been at the club, I think, 12 years now, and there's a stalemate in negotiations because he's on 375 grand a week, which is a lot of money for a goalkeeper, and his contract expires next year. So apparently he's stalling on negotiations because we're trying to drop the wage, and that means we're at the stage now where apparently, I don't know if you know, you can sort of give us more insight to this, Mr. B. You're smiling there. But apparently he's been put on a list of players that maybe have to go now. What do you know?
Yeah, look. Well, first things first, on Monday. You're in a job.
Yeah.
And your boss is telling you that they want you to pay you half of your wages. What are you going to tell them?
I think it should be performance-based. If I feel valued, I'm doing a good job, I should be paid based on what I perform, how I perform. You know, I've been at my job now 17 years, so I'm at a high pay scale, and someone else has just started who's just as good. He's a really good worker. He's on a low scale, but so I don't think I'm there because of my service. So Degea's been at the club 12 years. I've been at my workplace for 17 years, and I'm earning a big wage. And this guy must feel he's just as good as me, but he's on a lot less money than me. And he has to work his way up. So it's different, obviously, with employment. But I think, as Bath Time says here, 75 grand for Degea is an absolute bargain, isn't it?
375.
Yeah. I don't know, Mr. B. I do think it's too much money, and I do think we are right, and we're going in the right direction to put him on the spot and say, leave it.
I agree with you on Monday. My thing was, if you're in a place of work and somebody offers you half your wages, you're going to be mad. Now, the problem I think that we've got, to be fair, is that obviously he's been cussed by, I don't know if it's 50%, I don't know if it's 60%, but every time he has a game, good or bad, Degea gets brought up into it. Sorry, thank you, man. Degea gets brought up into it.
You paused like something was coming up your chest, coming up through your mouth.
It's good you see the signs. What was I saying? Degea. Oh God, what was your question now? But you fuffled me again now.
You were saying about dropping half your wages, and you're saying it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, he's in a position where we don't have a goalie at the club. We're probably going to go and extend. I'm sure Rebel sent me something about us extending Heaton's contract by a year. So we don't have the money to buy a new goalie, and he's not good enough. We tried to save money on him, and now we're hearing that Saudi Arabia are interested in him. So I think he's in a strong position. He probably doesn't want to go. I would like to think he doesn't want to go to Saudi Arabia yet at this time of his career. But look, who knows? He might just go and his family or go back to Spain. I mean, look, private jet in it. Nothing's more than a few hours away, to be fair. I think he's got us over a bit of a barrel, to be fair. The fact that he's got the year left. Yeah, the fact that he's got the year left on the 375. He could not sign because it's an extension thing, right? So his contract is up and we've got the option, right? So if we've gone past the date for us to trigger the extension, he can now walk away on a free. We have no goalkeeper. We've got Heaton, that's it. Now our budget is 120 million plus 12 for Maguire and 7 for McTominay. So, you know, we don't have much. We don't have much to play with. So the club now thinking, Jesus, do we pay him, extend his contract again, and pay him the same? See, this is the problem
but Mr.
now.
B, you're saying that about Degea's got the advantage here. No, he's not performing to the level. So the club are sort of putting him on the spot and saying, look, you've got to take half your wages based on you're not performing, and we can't afford to pay you that sort of money for someone we're thinking about bringing in, and you can be fighting for a place for, because we have to buy a goalkeeper. We haven't got one now.
So he's gone then. So he's gone then.
You're saying he's bargaining with us, so he's playing us in a way.
Yeah, well, he has, because he knows the club don't have a goalkeeper. He's just been voted, well, not even voted. He got Golden Gloves. We say Golden Gloves. We know that he wasn't great last season, so I'm going to put the Golden Gloves down to the defenders that were in front of him.
Okay.
In regard, because he hardly made any saves. I said we've looked at the stats. He's way down the list of saves coming. So he's not top of anything apart from being shit. So we've got, I think me personally, I think he's got us over a barrel. I would like the club to say get lost if you're not going to take the 200 grand and we try and move on, but it's going to be hard. And then on Monday, this is the other situation. Heaton is still our player.
Yeah.
If Degea goes and Heaton, I mean, even if we sold Heaton for 30 mil, I'm sure the goalies that we were, 30 million. I'm saying, not Heaton, Henderson. Henderson. Sorry, Henderson. It's Friday, man. Now we, man. Yeah, Henderson. So right now, Henderson already, carried on like a pum pum the beginning of last season.
Yeah.
He left without talking to Ten Hag. He's now back at the club. Does that mean now that we're going to be pushing Heaton to stay if De Gea is going to go?
It could be. You never know. It could be a revival. Here's a little segment here. We're going to ask Mr. B. So I'm going to go through some comments. Mr. B, I want you to respond to each one, even if it's just a one-word answer. Emma's saying here, but it wasn't the club that wouldn't sign the contract. That's what they said in the last reports. How is it now? Degea is that Degea that isn't happy with the contract. The journalists don't know anything. So she's putting some thing on the journalists.
Does anybody know anything? Everything's speculated. The people who know is De Gea, his agent, and the people signing the contract. We can only go by kind of what we perceive, what we're seeing out there. You know what I mean?
So Shah United saying here, whatever happens with De Gea, he ain't got 350k week pass. If he goes, it's not a bad thing. He's saying there. I agree with him.
My thing is the replacement. My only issue I'm on, I have no problem with him going. My issue is the replacement.
Fair enough. But we come on. There's a comment that I'm gonna dash at you, and I want you to respond to in a minute. Bath Time says very similar to what happened with Pogba. I think an offer was made for less money and never retracted. Quite possible.
Oh right, yes, could be right there. Could be right there.
So Ed Mayhem saying big up Mayhem. Not one credible source has said De Gea is leaving. Bath Time saying Heaton and Bishop got extended today. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Who's Bishop, by the way? apart from
He must be fourth choice. He must be fourth or fifth choice.
okay.
Bishop.
I've never heard Bishop. Only from that film, a Tupac. Has Onana? So here's one. Has Onana always been Ten Hag's number one keeper? He knows what Ten Hag wants for a keeper. He's proved himself in Europe's two best leagues. Go out and get him, in my opinion. That's from Bill Baggio. Obviously,
I would love him.
So do you think? He worked under Ten Hag at Ajax, didn't he? But he had a bit of a scandal there, didn't he?
He did. Was it a drugs thing?
Drugs thing.
Yeah. So, do you know what? I get it, but if he's been, he's played now. It's not like he's not allowed to play anymore. And did you see his feet in the final?
Yeah,
they couldn't press, bro. You can't press that. You can't press that. He was sweeping the ball out to the left, sweeping the ball out to the right, playing the ball down the center of him. Go to press him, he just stops, boom, does a little side shimmy and plays the ball out. That's the difference. That's another 10, 15. That's another 10 or 15%.
I'm surprised that because I did observe that. I was watching the final, and as I was watching, I was thinking, "Oh my god, that's how it's done." He might not have been. I mean, he messed it up a couple of times, but I was thinking, "Wow, look how composed you are." And like you said, it's hard to rush him when you know he's just going to pop it off or and spray it to feet. Degea's family apparently all live in Spain. They've never lived in Manchester anyway. So
okay.
And it's a 3-year contract at the same wage. That's 60 million. Oh, if it's a 3-year contract at the same wage, it's 60 million. That's a lot of money. Nah, man, we can't be doing that.
Yeah, we can't be spunking that.
Spain, yeah, there you go. Mr. B, a couple more for you here. We got 30 million for Tom Heaton. Have to be getting blood out of a stone. Henderson, we do apologize. It's hot out here. Mr. B said his family could move back to Spain if he went to Saudi Arabia. I say they've never lived in Manchester.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just what you guys are saying. Want to say hi to Errol. He's saying big up Shah, 17 months being a member. Thank you, Shah. And Shah saying, I respect David Degea for what he's done, but look at City. There's two keepers. Their two keepers would be our number one. We need to have a 30-man squad of first-team standard players. It's the only way you can cope. Now, Shah goes to a lot of games, so he's got good insight to what's going on there. He's an academy grad, talking about Bishop. We've got MEFC Brummy Reds here saying he was under 23 goalkeeper who's just been promoted about 2 months ago now. All right, thank you. I didn't know that.
Thank you.
23-year-old third choice now, probably. What was the guy at Qatar or the Czech guy or whatever? I thought he was around. The sentence was reduced to 9 months by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. That's Subs. Vids, how you doing, Subs? Thanks for that. Red or Dead is saying here, if the Premiership doesn't push City, what's stopping Newcastle or anyone else ignoring the FFP as well? So they're getting upset about that. The ban was for performance-enhancing drugs, I believe, with Onana. So you like Onana from what you saw?
Yeah, he looked really, really good. System-wise, you could see why he's a Ten Hag player, definitely.
Okay, guys, there you go. So Rebel's saying Degea will be kept if he accepts a pay reduction. And
if he doesn't, then I'm going to assume like Rebel's thinking that he's going to be gone. This is the part that if he says he's not going to accept it, does he then stay for the extra year on 375, or does he completely leave the club?
Who knows? But you're like you say, we do need to get a goalkeeper in regardless if he's staying or going. And Henderson maybe could be in the running. It wasn't too long ago, Henderson was our number one keeper with Degea there and playing every week.
But that was under Ollie, and Ollie didn't know much, to be fair, did he?
Okay, fair enough. We're not going to get into that. Big up, guys, in the comments. There's 19 watching right now on this Friday evening. Obviously, you're not interested in the England game. You're interested in the Man United agenda. Mr. B and myself, we're just going to talk about the second subject. Now, this might be a bit pie in the sky kind of thing, milk and honey in the sky, but Jamal Musiala to Man United. Before you start sighing and saying, yeah, whatever, let me just give you the news here. Now, we know Jamal Musiala, he's born in Stuttgart, but he played for England. He was over in England quite young. He played for under 16s, 17, 15s, 21s. And he's got 21 caps for Germany now. But he was at Southampton. Chelsea signed him in 2011. He stayed there for 8 years. So he's British-based. He speaks English. He's good mates with Bellingham. He's good mates with Jadon Sancho as well. But since he's been at Bayern, he's been really killing it. Great little player. Plays sort of as a attacking midfielder, wide as well. He's 83 games for them, 23 goals. This season, though, 33 games, 12 assists, and 10 assists and 12 goals. Outstanding. Very young player as well. Now, the Spanish newspaper, Nacional, say we're in for him for 85 million. They say that Man United are going to blow up the market, okay? Allocating 100 million from Jassim's wealth to pursue Musiala, who would be like the first Galactico kind of player. That's the objective of Manchester United. This is according to a Spanish newspaper. So that the caliber of player that we're looking at could go from Mount to sort of Musiala, it seems. You know, whether you think Mount's better or not, I don't know. But suddenly it's shot up. We're looking at Bayern's Munich's sort of first team players, young players who you wouldn't expect them to sell. So Musiala could put pressure on Bayern Munich to open the door for a Man United offer. Now, obviously the sources ain't great, but do you think there's anything in this, considering we're on the verge of a takeover, and this is something that would probably happen if we get a takeover? We'd become a far more attractive club. We'd had the money to sort of spend on top players. And Musiala, he fits the bill. He's young. He's probably one of the best young talents out there in world football at the moment. And he knows the English game. Mr. B.
One, yeah, he does know the English game. Two, Bayern Munich don't normally get caught with their pants pulled down. They tend to let players go who they want to leave. I know Owen Hargreaves, obviously back in the day, we got him from Bayern and they weren't happy, but he pushed the move. Would Musiala push the move? I have no idea. But what was telling in that statement is using Jassim's wealth. So I'm not sure if that is a concrete, or if that's just, not saying this is speculation, because if he's a good player, then United will be linked with him. We probably had scouts over there watching him, blah, blah, blah. But is it something where now all of a sudden the level of money that may be coming into the club, now everybody's thinking, okay, this person's going to be linked with this person's going to be linked with that person. I mean, we discussed it yesterday. We're only going to get an extra 50 mil this summer transfer window anyway. So I definitely couldn't see it being this summer unless we had a really big sale of one of our players. So I'm not sure.
Shah's saying here, Musiala is better than Bellingham. Different players, but they're young, good talents, aren't they? Bartime saying young English players that done well in Germany moved to Manchester. That sounds familiar. Bayern was not letting Musiala go. Come on now, it's bullshit. That's from Bill Baggio. Red or dead. Going back to Degea, saying Degea's a 19th keeper, to be fair to Ollie. He had never had authority. Emma's saying here about, I don't see Bayern letting Musiala go. I don't see him wanting to leave right now. The difference is, guys, this is what I'm putting to you in the comments and to Mr. B. This is from a foreign newspaper who is saying we're on the verge of a big ownership deal. Will we be going in for players of this sort of caliber? Is this possible? I mean, we're saying this today on June the 14th, whatever it is today, but by the end of the month, we could be talking differently about the caliber of player coming in, and wouldn't be laughing off or calling it bullshit. Sounds like complete bollocks, says Bath-Time Inform. Abba's club is mad. We've got Russo won the women's team. We've said no twice in January for world's record Bates, and are you talking about women's players?
Yeah, she's going to Arsenal. I did see something about that. Yeah, she's leaving to go to Arsenal.
Everyone's trashing this story about Musiala, but do we all agree he's the top player?
Yeah, he's a top player, but it's the top player of the club he's at. He's not at a club that we can maybe try and buoy up or flatter our eyelids at. That's not going to happen. So look, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but I think there's probably like a 10 or a 15% chance on one day.
But what kind of a statement would that make? I mean, to get a Bayern Munich player that everyone agrees they wouldn't sell their best players to us. DK Wilson says, get Matt Turner. Hi, DK Wilson. How you doing? Red or Dead's talking about Ratcliffe will be as popular as Big Kenny Dalglish coming from Man United. Bathtime saying, if we're going for a Galactico signing, the only two on the market are Rice and Mbappe that are available to us. Are they realistic? More realistic than Malacia? Not Malacia. Mullis
Yeah,
now.
Rice is, and I actually think that deal is tied up. They're just waiting for that second or third bid to come in where they've got their payment. That's done. I just think that deal is done. No, look, on Monday, nobody else is in for him.
Yeah, but can I put a scenario to you? Yeah, I reckon it's a possibility that teams are waiting for Arsenal to go into him. We know over the last couple of years Rice has been priced out of the market. They're talking about 150 million for him. West Ham, fair enough. They've kept their player, but now that it looks like he might want to leave, if Arsenal get a bid accepted, how do you know that Man United and Man City and maybe Bayern Munich are not like sharks smelling blood around here from miles away, and then will just come and close in and take their feed?
Do you know what? I would love because the only team that's going to do it is Man City, that will come in and wait for the price to be set, up it by a couple million, and then take the player. But to him going to Man City would be a madness. I don't want him to go there. So Arsenal, I mean,
Arsenal fans seem quite confident right now. They say
yeah,
the thing that's swinging it for them is saying that his wife's just had a baby and she wants to stay in London. So that's their selling point. That's where they feel they're so confident about Rice going to Arsenal.
Look,
I mean,
if he's getting paid an extra whatever grand, 10, 15 grand a week or a month, you think she's going to be bothered about living in a big house in Manchester? She's not bothered. You know, they'll have their big house in Kent, but what you're going to get, you get double your money in Manchester, don't you? You know what I mean? So
true.
Who knows? It's the standard of living when you're that rich and you've got that much notes in your bank account. The standard of living is high. But look, I just don't see. I think that's an Arsenal. I think that's an Arsenal deal topped up. To be fair, I would love somebody else to hijack them just to have them crying.
I want to say hi to Saragon. Saragon ain't been here for a while. Big up, man. Welcome back. He's saying Rice is not a declared bath time. That's for you. Red or Dead saying here, Newcastle impressed me with not overpaying for megastars like City. They've done well
because they're not. Yeah, but it's because they're not allowed. When they're allowed, then we'll see, innit? Okay. You know what I mean? Right now, they've got a limit that they can spend, and they don't want to go over FFP. Once that's out the way, then we talk.
Okay, DK Wilson, big up, man. He's saying, great fellas from the USA. Watch Matt Turner's rise over here. Multi-sport athlete, shoots hoops as well. Bright future. So that's what I need to do my research on Matt Turner. I'm not entirely sure about him. I don't know much about him, but thank you, DK Wilson, for the insight there. At the beginning, it says dead, red or dead. Kim is going to Man United to Bayern Munich. He's Bayern Munich bound.
Look, just don't.
Ahmad cost 40 million, says Bill Badger, and he played about 4 games for Atalanta. So 86 million for Highland is about right, according to Bill. He's trying to measure up there. Just a couple more comments. Bar Time's going to see if Mitch voted out today. Cheshire is a high end. Yeah, Saragon saying living in Cheshire would be great. It's a lovely part of the world, isn't it? It's beautiful houses and beautiful lifestyle, and it's for his career. You can always move back to London at a later date. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Vince is saying that's all right to say, Mr. B. Some people will say happy wife, easy life. Mr. B will respond to that once his pizza comes through the door. Bredo, they're saying here, I would love to see some focus. Never mind Qatari.
On Monday, 1 second, I'm coming back. 1 second.
No worries. And Saragon saying here, evening, gents. Rice is an upgrade on the Gobby Phillips. Okay, yeah. So Phillips talking about Kelvin Phillips, I think. He was busy hating on United at a victory parade. Okay. Get to the door. It's Matt with your ear, with just eat order. Sorry. That's from Bill Badger. Yeah. He did order pizza. I don't know why he ordered a pizza just before the show. You know that's going to happen. Come on, guys. So unprofessional. When Mr. B follows shopping trolley, it's because he thinks that his wife will throw in broccoli. Thank you very much. Here we go. Mr. B's getting ripped right now. I don't know if we can hear you, but Mr. B, you're getting ripped right now for
why?
Well, talking about keep your wife sweet and life is sweet sort of thing. Vince is saying when Mr. B follows shopping trolley, it's because he thinks his wife will throw in the broccoli. What do you think about Rodney Cox being linked to us? And here's one that's come out.
This was, yeah, but 15 Yeah, 15 mil. I he wasn't somebody I watched, and I would like to think that you get what you pay for. And players don't cost 15 million, especially players that have played in the Prem. So
Yeah.
no, I'm not feeling that one at all. I think that's going to be a real, yeah, no. I would like to
I
think
need to
that
look
wasn't.
at him. I just it come out of the blue for me, and we can't be getting these cut budget deals. I'm not like I don't like this sort of caliber player. I want to be getting good players coming in who are proven. And I don't think this guy is. Red or Dead saying here, Prem doesn't. If the Prem doesn't punish City, why would anyone else listen to them? DK Wilson, question for you, Mr. B. Question for you too. So for me as well. Has Medri Hannibal totally fallen out? Only got to see him 4 times over in Texas. He looked really good. Was praised by fans, announcers, but people say he's not good. Hannibal Medri, guys. People in the comments respond to DK Wilson. I like Hannibal. I think he's a class player. He's a great youth. It's that transition from youth to senior football. I think we're doing good. We had a good spell at Birmingham. That was doing very good, and we just got to keep people sweet. Who knows what happens? We're coming over to US of A for their preseason tour. Hopefully, you'll see the curly head wonder on tour and producing some goods for Man United. I like him. I think he's got a future. I just feel that we've got Zidane Iqbal, we've got Kobe as well, and he's the third guy as well, who's senior to these two. And I think those three should be battling out very soon for one of the places to get a place on the bench or be on the cusp of the first team. But the midfield's really hard position to break into right now, especially when we've got Ericsson and Casemiro, top players there, and professionals like Fred and McTominay in there as well. To break into that, you're going to have to be the business. So these guys maybe need a bit more longer to really show it, even though they're super talented. Can you respond to that, Hannibal Medri, please, Mr. B, from DK Wilson?
Yeah, I've got a mate who supports Birmingham, goes to the games every now and then, and he loves Hannibal. He loves him. He thinks he's great. I think he got goal of the season as well. The one goal he scored ended up being championship goal of the season, apparently, or Birmingham goal of the season. I think it was. He's it's you know what, Monday. It's going to be interesting because you've mentioned our central midfielders in front of him, and we're going to go out and buy another one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I read something a little bit earlier on about Iqbal maybe on the move as well in the summer. So there's a lot of things. We have an opinion of these players, but Ten Hag is the one who sees them in training every day.
Yeah.
And we to a certain extent, we have to trust his judgment, and we have been trusting his judgment. I would love these players to get a chance in preseason, but if they don't, there has to be a reason why. There has to be a reason why.
Okay, sounds about right, guys. That's from DK Wilson. He likes the feedback there. Thank you very much. Broccoli Pizza is that from Stumpy K at Camperstup. And versatile player here from Bill Baggio. And Bill get some games in pre-season. So yeah, go with it. And Emma's saying here, we're playing 2 games in pre-season, in 2 days in pre-season. So the youth will definitely get games. Ahmad closer to the first team than the kids. Reckon Saragon as well. All right, next subject, guys. It's about strikers. And the Benfica striker, Ramos, he scored 22 goals last season in 44 games for Benfica. Obviously, you know him from scoring a hat-trick in the World Cup as well. Portuguese newspaper are saying here that Man United lead the race over PSG because the 120 million pound clause, that's euros, 100 million pound UK pounds clause, has been dropped. Not dropped, but like the asking price now has gone down to 68 million for Ramos, the striker. Now, Bruno, Portuguese player for plays for Man United right now, has sort of maybe he's had a word with him. Benfica striker Ramos, young, big, strong, goal scorer. What are your thoughts on that Benfica may be slashing the price right now and it could be available? Is that someone we're going for, Mr. B?
Well, we know why they're slashing their price. It's FFP, in it. They've got to get their deals. Like Roma, they've got to get their house in order before the end of the month. I think it's the end of this month. Maybe if they carry in a couple of weeks, if they know a deal's been done, it will stretch. I mean, look, we need a striker, and he's a very good striker. The fact that they've slashed the price means that he probably wasn't worth 120 million in the first place. Let's be honest. They're talking about half the price now. They probably slashed it, hoping that you know, a little slight bidding war comes, so maybe they'll get more than the 68 that they're actually asking for. But if this is a deal that can be done, get it done. We
Right.
need, yeah. I think we need a striker in early.
Right.
We need a striker in early. There's no point in us going up, flying away all the way to the United States, and we don't have a striker in place, because that's where I feel that's where a lot of, you know, the introduction to Ten Hag style. They're away from Manchester, you know, they're away from everything, bonding with the team, you know, all of that. That's the part I want to get him in early if we're going to do it. But you know, with the way that everything's going at the moment, you know, everything seems to be protracted and long. Even if they do the takeover, it's 12 weeks or something like that before you know, it's going to be official. Now, can they give them extra money to spend on a player? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know if those things can be done. I don't think those things are allowed to be done. I'm sure there's some bunglings that could be done under the table, to be fair, if it was something that they really, really wanted to do. 68 mil is a great price. 68 mil is a great price for him on Monday.
Are you saying that because it's dropped from 100 mil?
Well, no, that's the price. No, I think that's the price he should have been in the first place.
Okay,
I think that
Bill Badger's asking, is he that good?
Yeah, I think he's not for 120 million. No, 120 million. You're talking, you know, that's Kane money. You know, that's what you, I look at 120 million as Kane money, where you're guaranteed 30 goals. And I'm not even talking about all goals, bloody Prem goals he got last season, but you're guaranteed 30 goals a season in whatever competition you're playing.
Yeah,
that's 120 mil.
Okay.
I'm not sure he would be scoring that amount of money, but again, you've seen how in Ten Hag has improved players. Wan-Bissaka improved. Fred, to a certain extent, found a role and improved. You know what I mean? Rashford improved this season. You know, Casemiro, I don't know what Casemiro's level was before that, but he knows, and he knows how to get the best out of these players. So if that's something, but we could, that's fantastic. But my question to you on Monday, if we got Ramos, we're still going to need another striker, yes or no?
Yeah, Haaland. Maybe Haaland and Ramos would be great. They're both young and they've both got potential and they can fight out for a place. I liking Haaland more and more. And more I see of him, I have been doing a lot. Even today, I come home at half day. I was looking at him again.
See how he goes past players.
Yeah, brilliant. Pace, I like that. Red or Dead saying it's the philosophy of football we need, not buying players to suit every manager. So I agree. Marquee players, as long as they fit the bill, it's the philosophy. They've got to fit the system of play. That's really important. Good comment. Bill Badger is saying he impressed in the World Cup, talking about Ramos. Zico, my brother, is saying, no, not Ramos. I don't rate him. Manani is his choice. He's got this thing about Manani. So much. Bill Badger is saying, I like proven players like Martinez and Kane for me to be number one striker, to have that right reliability for going into the seasons.
Question, Bill, Martinez, is he a better? Could he play as a lone striker in the system that we want to play? Because I know last season he had Degea and Lukaku by his side, and they didn't really to play him as that lone striker. Bill, let me know, please. Thank you.
Red or Dead saying here, can Madrid forward Mbappe this season? So Kane stays or goes. Haaland wants to move every 2 years. You put a question mark, question. There's two questions there. We just don't know. We just don't know what's going on at the moment. Stumpy saying here, Benny McCarthy would improve Ramos. Now, Benny McCarthy's come in. He played in Porto, didn't he? And this is the thing with Portuguese players. They're really talented, and we're starting to buy some now. So here's the quiz, guys. Mr. B, and guys in the comments as well. I don't know what you think, but just going to do a little quiz thing. So hope you're feeling sharp, Mr. B. So we're talking about Ramos as a striker, Benfica striker coming to Man United. Now, it's only in recent years we started sort of getting foreign players, Portuguese players especially. I want you to name 5 Portuguese players that play for Man United.
Nani, Bruno, obviously Cristiano Ronaldo. Ooh, see, those are the obvious. Portuguese.
5 Portuguese players that have played for Manchester United Football Club. You said Nani.
Those were the easy ones. That was the obvious Ronaldo. One. I'm trying not to. All right, I'm not going to look at the screen.
Don't look, please. And guys, you can throw in your comments if you want, but this is for Mr. B. 5 Portuguese players that have played for Man United Football Club.
Position? Can you help? You're going to help me with positions that they played in?
Maybe there's a goalkeeper.
Valdez wasn't Portuguese, was he?
No.
He was Spanish. Okay.
Stumpy Candertop's got it.
Oh bloody hell! Thanks, Stumpy. Um, Goalie, Portuguese.
Shall we give Mr. B a clue, guys? Stumpy's saying something. So the clue is VHS tapes. Alex Ferguson. Or
What?
all right, let me say again. Scouted on VHS.
Oh my God, Bebe.
That's
That's the one. Kuros. He won the homeless World
so
Cup.
do you want to? Who have you got so far? You've got Nani,
Nani,
Ronaldo,
Bebe, Ronaldo, Bruno,
Bebe.
and you
Who?
said the goalie.
Sorry, start again, Mr. B. Run them by me. You got
right. Bebe.
Yep.
Bruno.
Yep.
Ronaldo.
That's 3.
And Nani. Yeah, that's 4, isn't it?
You said Nani as well.
Yeah, so that's 4.
So
that's
one
4.
One more Portuguese player.
And you said he played in goal.
Well, there's 6, but there's one played in goal, and there's another one. Quite obvious.
Oh no, the obvious one makes it even worse. Obvious.
All right, timer's up.
Go on, yeah, come on then.
Have a look at that.
Oh, Ross Clark, Dallo. Oh,
and
shit.
Pereira, do you remember Pereira? He played 3 games for us. He's a goalkeeper. I think he's left.
What?
Now.
Why the hell? See, I would. Dallo. I'm sorry. It should have come. To be fair.
All right, let's wrap this up. We're talking about the Danish striker as well now. Highland, or whatever his name is. Yeah. 5 Danish players that have played for Man United. Guys in the comments, this is free for all because I think everyone's going to struggle with this one. 5 Danish players.
Blomqvist. Yes, Jesper Olsen, innit?
Yep.
Blomqvist wasn't. He was Swedish. He was Swedish.
5 Danish players, guys. Help Mr. B out if you can, but you're going to struggle. Danish. No Googling.
What was Ronnie Johnson?
He was Norwegian.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So you've got Jesper Olsen. Danish players that played
Danish.
Well done, Vincent Bullock.
Oh, Ross. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I should have got that. See,
and you want to go home, guys.
Can I just say something to you on Monday? Yeah. And this is why I would never go on the quiz that's coming. Hedinberg. Thank you, Matthew Bassett.
He's not Norwegian. He's not Danish. Hedinberg.
Oh shit. Oh well, Matthew Bassett, get off.
How about this? Almighty Blues FC, big up. How you doing, Almighty Blues? He's saying here, Schmeichel, Lengard, the goalkeeper, and Ericsson. That's 3.
I am so hopeless, and this is why I won't do the quiz, guys. Something might be returning pretty soon. Obviously, this is our test, and obviously you know that I'm not really the quiz guy. I won't be on there answering any questions, but I may be in the background laughing at you guys when you get the answers wrong. I'm seeing Zico looks like he knows a few. Vincent Bullock or Mighty Blues has come in there as well. See, Bill Badger's even saying he wasn't Danish. Big T has come with a big one.
Mads Tim, yeah. I don't know if anyone remembers him. He bought in about 2000, and his career went downhill fast. It was a bit of a scandal with him. I'm not going to say what happened to him, but you guys can Google it.
Thank you very much. You can tell me after the show. Yeah, you can tell me afterwards.
Okay. So we've got, and the last one for me is John Sievelbeck, played for us. Great player from the 80s. There you go. It's 5 and 5.
Amonde, sorry, Amonde. You come out with a man from the 80s. You expected me to have a guess, and then you expected the people in the chat. Nobody got him, Amonde. Not one.
Yeah. Brian knows this, though. He knows that Hedinberg is Norwegian. That's for sure. So we only had 5 Portuguese players who played for Man United, or 6 maybe, and maybe 5 or 6 Danish players. I expected a lot more than that, to be honest. Shows what sort of, when I was doing this quiz, I was thinking, my gosh, what a great club Man United are. Traditionally, we've always had Irish players, British-based players, the best of the British. If you look at the sides of the last 20, 30, 40 years, and even going back to the Busby Babes and thing, we had Dennis Law, the best from Scotland, best goal scorer ever from Scotland, the best Northern Irish player ever played for Man United. That's George Best, and the best English player ever, the England Dynamo, Bobby Charlton.
Robson.
You know.
I was thinking. See, you said Charlton. Now my thing was Brian Robson straight away. My head just went straight to Brian Robson.
So we are. I mean, you have to say Man United are traditionally a British kind of club. So if you look at other clubs, they've had so many foreign players. Chelsea, if you ask this question, Chelsea, we'll be here all day about Danish and Portuguese players, I'm sure. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Wales are getting beaten by Armenia. God damn, that's bad. That's bad. Mr. B, what are you doing for the weekend?
I'm not allowed to say on here.
Okay, we won't go into that. But guys, I'm sure it's going to be lovely weather. And whatever you do, just enjoy it, because really rare that we get weather like this. And then we can sit down and really sort of go out in the sun and don't complain. I know it's hot, but don't complain, guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's all I want. We don't get much of it. Enjoy it while it's here, and don't complain. Yeah,
and surely, Mr. B, if any news comes up about the ownership or the takeover, you'll be on the back phone. We will be out there and delivering a show as soon as possible. But it's been nice this evening. Go off, enjoy the England game. If they're still playing against Malta, who cares? And we'll be back as soon as possible when there's news about Man United. But for now, we're signing out. Big up, Brian. Have a lovely time in Cyprus, by the way. I saw a joke about Miley Cyprus today. It was stupid. It's stupid. I'm not going to say it. But yeah, big up, guys, and enjoy your day. Enjoy the weekend. It's going to be lovely. It's very rare we have a weekend like this. God bless, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.